Hey everybody, welcome. I'm Coach Tammy with Polka Dot Wreath Co. and I'm one of the creative coaches at Deco Exchange. I hope you guys are doing good. So let me show this to you. May your days be merry and bright. I'm going to cut them at 16 inches. I'm going to go right up the line and I'm going to cut this 12 times. You only need 12 pieces. Okay, so I've got 12 pieces cut. So what I'm going to do is I do mine a little bit different. I go around and tie it all first. That's just what I like to do. So on the outside, you're going to add them in between the brackets. You're going to add 6 of them, 6 twist ties in between these 2 brackets. You have 6 quadrants on a wreath form like this, a 14-inch wire base. You have 6 quadrants, 6 sections. A quadrant is 4. 6 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The top row of 6 is going to be in between, right? In between those 2 brackets. I'm twisting them fairly tight. So I'm making another pancake wreath. These have been fun to make. I don't make them all the time, but when I do, I don't want to do it that tight. So the key, what am I getting caught of? The key to the pancake wreath is making sure your scrunch is as small as possible. I'm going to do about inch scrunches all the way up, right in the middle. Lay it flat, lay it flat, lay it flat, lay it flat. Boom. Now I'm going to start on the outside. I'm just going to start anywhere and I'm just going to lay it flat. I take my middle finger, put mesh to the metal. I'm going to make sure that it's really good and tight. Very important. I twist it about 3 times. That's just me. You can do it more, you can do it less. I twist it about 3. And now I'm going to lay these over. So then I'm just going to go ahead and do all of my top layer. I do mine a little bit backwards than most people. I like to do the layers first and then the ribbon. It's just how I work. That's how my brain works. And it's okay. There's more than one way to skin a cat, right? The most important thing right here is mesh to the metal. You have 6 pieces that have now formed the outside ring. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut my ribbon. I need, I'm going to do 13. I'm going to do 12 of them at 13 inches each. And I'm going to give myself some good tails. I am going to dovetail them here in just a second. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I go ahead and do this part of the housekeeping. I go ahead and dovetail all of the ends. And I'm just going to fold these in half to give them little packets to work with. All right, so what I do is I take these little packets that I've just folded all of them to. I unfold them, and then I scrunch right up the middle to make it look like a bow tie. Give me a bow tie. Little bow tie. And I'm going to come right in here and I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to fold it down. And then I'm going to twist it about 6 or 7 times. I'm going to clip it. And I'm going to push that little nub right up underneath so nobody sees it. That's what I'm doing. And then you have this pretty holly ribbon. And then this pretty fancy panty ribbon. Just like that. We're going to move on to the next one. I usually twist these about 6 or 7 times, and you have about 1 inch, and then I just tuck it under. I just keep it moving. So today we're making a pancake wreath. Oh gosh. Right in between the two is where this is going to lay. And sometimes you kind of mess up the ribbon going in, but it's all good. You can fix it. Remember, mesh to the metal. Mesh to the metal. Make sure it's tight. 3 times. Go ahead and overlap your mesh so it makes that circle that we need, that we did on the bottom layer. You got to do it up here too. Guys, if you want to learn more on how to make wreaths, on actually how to make other wreaths and start a business with it, and I mean, sometimes you just want to learn to do craft shows, or maybe you want to make gifts for family for the holidays, which, listen, a lot of people in my life this year are actually going to get wreaths. I'm actually going to do that. Because I'm going to do personalized signs. So, if that is something that you like or you think you're interested in, we offer coaching classes, and you can go to learnfromtammy.com to go to learn about how you can become involved in making wreaths and learning all the techniques. Twist it down. Okay, so this is the wreath part, completely finished. I've got to do the sign still. And guys, this is so lightweight. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add my sign, friends. This sign is so stinking cute. I'm going to add my pipe cleaner right down through that mesh and bring it out the other side. I'm going to do the same exact thing. Okay, so there's that. And as I get things done, I go back through and I pull on things and I make sure they're pretty and where they need to be. And, you know, because you guys know I'm the queen of smashing my ribbons. Y'all know that. Y'all know that about me. So I just go through as I'm giving this a little bit of what for. And now I'm going to take this one and I go right up through. And all I'm doing is wrapping this pipe cleaner around and around and around and around. Just like that. Oh my gosh, I'm not kidding. I'm obsessed with the ribbon choices. All right, so I'm going to give this some tails. Christmas wreaths get tails before I put them out there. So pinch, twist, loop. I call this my praise the Lord method, just PTL. It's just funny to me to say that. So I just do about a 7-inch loop, 6 to 7, pinch, twist, loop again, and then I'm going to only do 3 loops. The reason I cut it there is it was spliced. So I went ahead and cut it. And then I'm going to do the trees next. Y'all, if you... Oh, that's a directional ribbon. I do not like using directional ribbons on a pancake wreath. Not that type of directional. I'm going to... And that doesn't go at all. I'm going to use this little ho-ho ribbon. It's kind of directional ribbon, but nothing like the other one. Little Santa Claus. I'm going to come in just about an inch on each one of those loops. I'm going to make it a graduated bow. Just coming in just an inch. Pinch, twist, loop. Real important to pinch, twist, and loop. And then I'm going to end with my red and white Swiss dot, which is like it's kind of like, you know how they always talk about what are your staples in your kitchen? Mine are usually like bread, milk, butter, flour, you know, that type of thing. Well, a staple in my craft kitchen is always a Swiss dot and a faux burlap ribbon. Always going to be a canvas ribbon. I want every color, to be honest with you. That's really what I want. I just haven't done that. I get them in spurts, but man, I love me every stinking color of the faux burlap, from the pinks to the purples to the blues to the blacks. Okay, I'm just going to turn this over, and I'm going to tell you what I tell Damon, and he's cringing right now because I'm smashing my bow. If God didn't want us to smash the bow, he wouldn't have given me wired ribbon. True story. God didn't want you to smash your bow, he wouldn't have made them wired. He still wants you to show off your talent. You just got to fluff it. So all I'm doing is kind of babysitting it for a second and just talking real sweet to it so it acts right and the loops come out and form right. Okay, so I'm wanting this bow, and I'll mess with it some more whenever I get it on here. But for right now, I want it right here. I gotta come down through this mesh, and it takes me a minute to do that. Okay, so I kind of like babysit this wired ribbon. I'm gonna just give it a little curly curl because I like doing that with these. It'll come undone, but most of the time it comes unraveled pretty quickly. Okay, so this is the finished wreath. Super stinky cute. It is a pancake wreath, which means it is less than 4 inches thick. So I love the Merry and Bright. I love that. I love the holly. See how I took the holly and I picked ribbon based on that? I love that. So it's super stinking cute.